Shalom, good morning. You can hear the rooster on duty. He's doing his thing. And it's going to be more of a relaxed day today because yesterday was so busy and was such a long day for us. And I just wanted to show you what made me happy this morning. It's not going to make everybody happy. Some people are going to say, it's just a flower, Sister Kate. What the heck? Well, to me, it's a reward for my hard work because I made that bed and I bought those bulbs and I planted them in the fall so that they would come up in the spring. And so to me, that little flower tells me that particular project on the homestead was successful. And it took me years to figure out that if you want to have a lot of flowers, then you plant a lot of bulbs. I know that's going to be very intuitive to many of you, but for me, I knew bulbs would have baby bulbs, and so my logic was, and it's still a sound logic, if I plant a bulb, it's going to make more bulbs, and then the bed will be full. And that's true, but boy, that takes a long time. You go from like one bulb to 2 or maybe 3, and then the next year you get maybe 5. So it's not as fast as I would have liked, and you don't see the colors and the results nearly as fast. So I decided, you know, I'm not getting any younger, and I love seeing the colors when I come out my front door. So I finally, really, can you see how everybody wants to get in on the videos? They have such attitudes, you know. They want to be the star. They want to be the guy giving the conversation. Here, let's see if I can get a video of them. Hopefully you can see them. They're kind of running up the road. Everybody wants to get in on the action. It's very tough here on Shofar Mountain to get your words in. So I just did a thank you video. Many of you watched it, and you know, I got a lot of comments compared to what my normal comments used to be, and you heard me thank you. Well, I'm already at 3,100 subscribers, and it's 4 days later since I posted the thank you video. That's amazing to me. That growth is amazing. So once again, I'm coming to say thank you so much for being a part of that. But then I realized as I was walking up from putting the goats out today, I really can't say thank you every 100 subscribers. Like I think it would just lose its meaning. So it really does affect me. It has to. Come on now, you have to be practical about this. If I fed you a meal and you told me you really liked it, that's going to make me feel better. So of course, my growth on my channel makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. That is not going to change. But I have to rein myself in and not make thank you videos every 3 or 4 days, because then it would just be a channel of only that, and you guys know how to say thank you and how to receive a thank you. You don't need to be taught that. So I'm going to try to tone that down just a little bit, but know that it's there all the time. And the second thing I wanted to say today, from me to you, and I want this to be on a personal level, is the video I did about our tribal work yesterday. There were many comments where people said, I like your tribe, I want to be part of a tribe, what a blessing it would be to be part of a tribe. And that's absolutely true. And Pastor Joe, and actually Pastor Dal, even though we're not really in sync anymore, came to the tribal idea around the same time. And to me, when two pastors do that, and it also lines up with the word, then it's the Holy Spirit trying to get a message out. And if you're not a believer, I also saw comments that said, I like your channel because you don't try to force your religion down our throats, on a different channel, not my channel. I'm not trying to force my religion down your throat. I live my religion, so it's part of my life. So when I mention it, it's in that context. Religion in general, if you want to hear more about it, then there's other videos on my channel where you can hear more about it. But that's not my primary purpose either in doing my channel. So let me get back to my topic. Hang on a minute. Let me think about what I was... About the tribal idea. It makes sense even if there's no end of the world, even if there's no SHTF, even if you're not really homesteading, you're still in a city somewhere and you're in an apartment or something. Life in general is better if you have a tribe, if you have a group of people that you see regularly that have interests like yours and are, like I said in a different video, giving you positive feedback. We are social creatures. The Father made us that way. And even if you don't believe in the Father, then look in nature. Herd animals, groups, flocks, you know, what do you call it? A murder of crows. That's a group of crows. A congress of, what is it, baboons, or a congress of chimpanzees. Animals, you have better survival chances if you're in a group. It's just a fact. Excuse me. Now, predators tend to be a little bit more lone wolfy, but they're predators. They're not, you know, they're not trying to produce anything. They're just preying on somebody else. So being in a group is a good thing for you. Well, Sister Kate, I really want to be in your group. That may not be practical for you. I mean, there are people moving into our area in order to get part of our group. But if you're in New York or, you know, Maine, and you don't have the money to move to the Ozarks, then the next best step for you is create your group in Maine. Now, Pastor Joe's been talking about this on his Viking Preparedness channel, and if you're interested in meeting with other Vikings, they are starting to have meetings in different parts of the country. What, Hazak? See? Do you see this? He wants to be the star. He's like, I want an audience. I want you to send me dog biscuits because I'm such a pretty guy. No, go on. Go on. He's a little attention deprived because we were gone all day yesterday. But the Vikings are starting to have meetings in different parts of the country. I'm not guaranteeing that it will be a meeting in your part of the country, but you can host a meeting, and then it will guarantee Vikings in your area come to meet you. That's one way of doing it. And because that's already set up, you just go to my husband's channel, and he has a whole, like, no, I think it's his Patreon channel. Okay, hang on. Maybe you don't want to do it that way. So let's go back to what you would do if you were not a Viking Patreon. I have the video about over 50 single women and meeting people, men specifically, if you're lonely and trying to find someone that share the rest of your life with. If you're into preparedness, then preparedness things are where you're going to want to meet other preparedness people. So things that preparedness people do is go hiking, go camping. They take classes like first aid classes. Sometimes they're into the scouting, even though scouting's kind of gone awry. There may be people there you would have something in common with. Well, Sister Kate, I'm, 60 and I don't have a child anymore. You can volunteer. You can volunteer at places. Well, Sister Kate, I work. Okay, well then take a 3x5 card down to your library, to their bulletin board, and put a little thing up there that says, preparedness interested person, contact me. Or preparedness club meeting here Thursday at 7. Or whatever. You take the steps, you take the action to make groups to get together in your area. And if you meet in a public place like a library, then the creepers can't show up and just kidnap you. You can tell them where to meet, be sitting a little bit different place, see who comes in, have a little sign, preparedness meeting here at a table, and see who sits down. And if they look like they're trustworthy, and then you go over and say, yep, I'm the one who called the meeting, let's get talking about preparedness in our area. If the people who show up look sketch, then don't go through with the meeting and set another one up somewhere else, like a McDonald's or a diner or a Denny's breakfast place or something. Because I guarantee you there are old veterans out there who have military skills, who understand how cohesion works and units work, and those guys have a heart to give to their country. And so if they're retired, they still have interests. They don't just dry up and blow away. Those guys are still there. So are the people who hiked, love to go camping, used to go to Colorado, but now they're getting a little long in the tooth. Or the young people who are just discovering these things and are full of vim and vinegar, but don't have the experience, the idea of how to do the structure of a club. So they're waiting for someone like you who's there too, and maybe you're a little gray in your hair, but you've done meetings. You ran a committee for your church, or you were a substitute teacher and you were all in the school system, or you were the one who did the certifications for the mechanics in your area. You understand structure, and so you can go ahead and put out your meetings and then start building your structure because you have the experience and the knowledge. So I just want to encourage you. If you understand that a tribe is important and you want to be part of one, start forming one. That makes sense, right? Because your tribe in your area will be able to help you. As much as I want to be a tribe member for everybody on my channel and other preparedness and homesteading channels, I'm only one person and I can't. So if you're in Maine, form your tribe in Maine and start doing things in Maine. If you're in Chicago, put that notice out. You've got Twitter, Instagram, you have libraries, banks, City Hall, local newspapers, Craigslist, Free Cycle. There's plenty of places to get your advertising out. Look at this thing. I do not have a pointy head, okay? The wind keeps blowing my bandanas up and it makes me look like I have a pointy head, but I don't. But there are ways for you to get the word out and for you to start to organize so that you can enjoy the benefits of a tribe. I hope this has encouraged some of you. Bless you. Shalom. I gotta get back to work.